Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who will and teach well, being great examples to us young brothers. Peace and blessings to those full elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. I'm the brother Kodar from the GMS Brand Chicago. Come back to another video. This video is going to be entitled Famine of the Word. Okay, and in the news, you know, if you've been watching, if you've been on your watch, you will know that Canada passed the C-9 bill, okay, and you know, basically banning, you know, quote unquote, free speech, or you know, some people call it free speech. Esau calls it hate speech, but we understand ultimately the censoring. We understand that this is ultimately just the censoring, okay. And I just been looking at a few articles, okay. It says religious speech protection in Bill C-9 fails to pass Senate. This was 4 weeks ago, but it's been passed already. All right, so this is 5 days ago. It says newly passed Bill C-9 disappoints believers and free speech advocates. Okay, so we understand that the famine of the word is here. Okay, and I got some precepts lined up because I'm on a road getting to my destination. Okay, but I wanted to get into this topic, man. You know, the censorship, you know, has started over there in Canada. I believe next is going to be the UK, and then I believe Sweden or Germany, and then I think I'm just speaking as a man. You know, France definitely. Okay, and then America. You know, followed up with Australia. Okay. So we ultimately understand that this devil is going to come down on us, and Yahweh Shemel Shai is about to make us enter into a whole nother glory. You know, because we're not going to be teaching for too much longer, man. You know, so hold fast, brothers. It's Amos 8 verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Okay. So, hey, the Most High is going to completely shut our mouths. Okay, this is what the scripture says. Okay, it says, verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And that they shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst, because it's going to be too late. Because once the Lord shuts that spiritual ark, it's it. That's it. All right, the Lord shut that physical ark. Noah didn't lock it. The Lord locked it. And once the Lord locks this, and people just won't get the word accessibly anymore, it's over. It's over. You know, people gonna be looking for family members. Hey, you know, y'all guys were saying this. What happened to those guys that we said they was in dresses, that we mocked, that we talked shit about? You know. That's what niggas want to get right. I'm going to get that too in Proverbs 1. Because niggas only want to get right when they're about to get left. Okay? This is 2 Ezra 5 verse 9. It says, and salt water shall be found as sweet. All right, you got the false doctrines in the midst of the righteous doctrine. Okay? The true doctrine that the men of Yahweh Shemel Shai teach, the 100% truth. To get us delivered out of here is by the men of the Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and the camps that teach the likewise doctrine. You know, you got the fucking salt waters, which these fucking camps that teach the bullshit doctrines that's going to lead to destruction. All right, I'll keep reading. It says, and all friends shall destroy one another. So this is a time of great betrayal. All right, the scripture said, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. These are the times where that we're entering to Salakia. Okay, it says, then shall wit hide himself. Okay, you should know what wit is. Okay, it says, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. So the many how about Shemel Shai, the Lord is going to put the zip tie, the rubber tape over our mouths, man. We're not going to be out there teaching anymore. Esau's going to lock this thing down. He's going to censor the internet. You know, so hey, and then the persecution is gonna start. You know? Who knows? It might be literally right after this World Cup. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai Ratazah. All right, because we trying to get out of here ASAP, man. Okay? So this is what's about to come. You know, and the brothers in Canada are holding it down, man. You know, Apostle Har made a video, was it a year ago? Or was it, had to be either a year ago or a few months ago. You know, time is flying, man, so you forget. It's hard to date things nowadays, man, because, hey, man, it's Monday, you look up, it's Friday, then it's Monday again. You know, so probably like a year ago or damn near like 6 or 8 months ago, made a video saying he entitled it, the saints of the UK will be tried first. Okay? So we understand that the persecution is coming. All right? So we have to stand firm. All right? And know that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to protect us. This is not 70 AD. This is the time of deliverance. You know? And be ready to die for the cause. But expect, okay, hope, expect, okay, both synonymous words, that deliverance, okay? But our duty of, you know, going out there to preach, all right, that's going to end pretty soon. All right, very soon. Okay? So, let me grab this Proverbs 1. I just wanted this to be like a quick hit. Okay, this Proverbs 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates in the city, she uttereth her word saying. That's the prophets out there in the chief place of concourse. And what's a chief place of concourse? Like a downtown area, a market area where it's everyone flowing through. Not the fucking hood. Fuck the hood. All right? We don't have to teach in the hood. Okay, the Lord said to go to the chief place of concourse. All right? It says, verse 22, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scornings, and fools hate knowledge. So we're out there giving our people that warning. All right? There's always some demons out here, man. But it says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused. Okay? I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. Yahweh Shema Shai stretched out his hand to you wicked niggas. And how did he stretch out his hand? Through the prophets. That's how he stretched out his hand. Okay? He's not just going to come down to you and come forth, my son. Get your ass out of here, man. You know? He speaks through his prophets. Okay? And it says no man regarded. These people are not trying to hear the truth. They don't want to take the correction. All right? They don't want to take the rebuke. They want to be left in their wickedness. So you're going to die in your wickedness, man. 2 Ezra 9, they shall know death by pain. It says, but ye have said not all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. And the Lord is going to laugh through the prophets. You know, hey, I remember when that blackout happened here in Chicago a few weeks ago. I was laughing, man. I was laughing. That's the spirit. Damn, I didn't even notice that until now. You know, that car just merged right in front of me, and it was 144. You know, 45441. Okay, hey, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai, man. The Lord gives us pointers that we're doing the right thing, that we're on the right path. Okay, and we have to continue in this. The scripture says, hold thou fast what thou hast, let no man take thy crown. So we got to keep holding on. Okay, and we're going to laugh at you niggas when we see y'all suffering out here, man, because we gave y'all the warning. You niggas should have took the hand of the Lord. Okay, you niggas should have took the hand of the Lord when that when the warning was out. Okay. So give me 1 second. It says verse 27, when your fear cometh as a desolation, your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. All right, so when your worst nightmare comes upon you, the Lord knows how to get you. All right, there's a reason why they call him the king of terrors, Allah Shadja. All right, demon-like power. All right? Yahweh Shai, the real Grim Reaper. He was that death angel that swooped in Egypt. Okay? The real Grim Reaper, man. See, this world is going to... This is why Yahweh Shai is coming back, because this world looks at the Lord as if he's some type of plaything, man. And that's Esau's fault for pushing that soft-ass nigga Cesare Borgia, man. But these people going to find out who the real Yahweh Shai is, man. Whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai. You niggas going to find out who he really is, man. All right, read Isaiah the 63rd chapter. All right? I'm going to keep reading. Hey, Salaki, the Lord said he have tried in the wine press alone, man. Look how wine is created. It's a very violent process. Okay? Read that. It says, then shall they call upon me. So niggas want to get right when they getting afflicted, when they getting fucked up. That's when niggas want to get right. These niggas are wicked, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to slay you niggas. It says, they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. All right? You niggas going to seek the Lord early when things go bad. Okay? Dumbass niggas, man. Niggas want to commit to a religion when they get locked up. All right? Soft ass niggas, man. All right? The Lord got nothing but death waiting on you, man. It says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. These niggas hated knowledge, man. They will none of my counsel, and they despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own ways, their own way, and be filled with their own devices. You niggas gonna be filled with your own devices. You're gonna be killed by your devices. The Lord knows how to get you, like I said. The Elder Malcolm brings this up all the time. You women that like to jump from rod to rod. All right, read Judges the 19th chapter. Read Judges the 18th chapter. Okay? Hey, the cock carousel gonna ride you. You ain't gonna have no choice. All right? That's what's coming here, man. To men and women. If you're not under the covering of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. It says, hey, and we've been saying this for years, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. These people are just finally seeing it. But we've been saying it for years. That's why we're the prophets. All right? To prophesy means to say before. All right? These niggas been living in comfortability. I always get that word messed up, man. These niggas been living comfortable. All right? All right, Esau finding out that his kingdom is through. I was going to say he's the deaf adder that stopped his ear. He's not trying to hear it. But he has no choice. Okay, it says, verse 32, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me, the elect. Okay? The elect. All right, it says, shall dwell safely and shall be quiet, okay, from fear of evil. Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to protect the elect. Okay? We're going to be fed. We're going to eat. We're going to drink. We're going to be merry. We're going to be delivered. All we got to do is hold on. All right? You don't have to fucking worry about bills for too much longer. Worry about fucking living situations for too much longer, man. Hey, we about to be delivered, man. So, Lord willing, that was edifying and exhorting. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai, Shemel Kakodash, Shalom. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to all four elect. Lord willing, be a part of that number. Shalom, Kwame Shirala, and a Bible.